Hej och välkomna till dagens webbinar som kommer att handla om projektering av sprinklersystem för installatörer och BIM-ansvariga. Vi som presenterar idag är jag, Maria Runesson från AEC i sydregionen, och sen har vi Jakobas från AEC som kommer demon. AEC och AGACAD arbetar tillsammans väldigt nära för att utveckla lösningar och för ett bättre och snabbare BIM-acceleration för våra kunder. AEC är en Autodesk-partner som tillhandahåller CAD-BIM-lösningar för byggnadsindustrin, och vi har 25 års erfarenhet som återförsäljare till Autodesk. AGACAD har funnits på marknaden sedan 1988 och utvecklar BIM-mjukvara och tillägg för bland annat Revit. Och de har mer än 8500 användare i 129 länder. Lite kort om det. Vad handlar webbinariet idag om? Jo, det handlar om sprinklersystem för BIM-team och MEP-ingenjörer. Idag så jobbar vi kanske lite på det gamla traditionella sättet vad det gäller sprinklers, och då missar vi fördelarna med BIM. Grejen är att vi jobbar med 3D-modeller för arkitekter, konstruktörer, ventilation, VVS med mera. Så kanske sprinkler kommer in som 2D-projekt. Och då får vi lite problem med att göra kollisionskontroller. Det tar tid, det kostar pengar och det blir kanske inte det bästa resultatet. Så vad kan vi göra istället? Jo, det vi ska visa idag handlar om att involvera sprinkleringenjörerna i BIM-projekten för att få bättre och snabbare resultat med lägre kostnader och kanske nya affärsmöjligheter. Så under det här webbinariet ska ni få se hur MEP-ingenjörer kan använda sig av en ny smart funktion som heter Smart Sprinkler, som handlar om att hur vi kan visa att vi kan gå från 2D-projektering till en smart BIM-lösning. Vi kan konfigurera Revit för alla marknader. Vi kan snabbt och enkelt distribuera sprinklerhuvuden i hela modellen och ha förinställda rördimensioner med mera. Programvaran heter Smart Sprinkler för MEP Engineering, som är en BIM-mjukvara för just sprinklersystem och integration i Revit. Där Smart Sprinkler är en kraftfull lösning för våt- och torr brandskyddssystem. Och vi kan göra förinställningar eller använda förinställda värden från leverantören för att distribuera sprinklerhuvuden i hela modellen och kalkylera rördimensioner och mycket mer. Det här är ju en smart lösning för att snabbare få fram sprinklersystemet i hela modellen. Det är ett tilläggsverktyg till Revit som inte Revit har idag. Och att vi kan då ha kontroll över modellen och göra kollisionskontroller. Det är snabbare att lägga in sprinklersystemen med hjälp av det här enkla Revit-verktyget. Och sen har vi en mer uppdaterad och korrekt byggnadsmodell i framtiden. Vi har också möjlighet att jobba i samarbete. Så vi kan använda oss av inlänkade Revit-filer och kan skapa de här kollisionskontrollerna. Och det är snabbt och enkelt att distribuera ut de här sprinklerhuvudena, och att vi sparar massor med tid, upp mot 3 gånger tiden mot vanliga projekt. Och sen har vi en levande modell, så vad vi har i modellen, så ser vi verkligen vilka sprinklersystem vi har inladdade för framtida förvaltning. Fördelar är ju smart modellering, snabbhet och effektivitet. Vi kan förhindra fel med hjälp av de här kollisionskontrollerna och lättare se var sprinklerhuvudena kommer i förhållande till andra objekt i vår byggnad. Vi kan spara inställningar för kommande projekt och just detta att vi kan även sätta ut sprinklers i inlänkade Revit-filer. Det är ett automatiskt system som vi får hjälp av. Vi får veta rördimensioner, vi har kollisionskontroll och sparar mycket tid. Och ett musklick och vi distribuerar hundratals element på en gång. Vi har en specialfunktion också, eller AGA-CAD som skapat, som heter Cut Opening, som kan definiera och skapa hål i Revit-modellen för just kanaler, rör, kabelstegar och annat. Och även automatiskt sätta in brandspjäll. Så det är också en väldigt kraftfull applikation att använda. Nu lämnar jag över till Jakobas som kommer presentera Smart Sprinklers på engelska. Okej, Jakobas.
Thank you, Maria, for the presentation. Today's presentation will be held in English because we're not native speakers with your language. So today I want to speak about smart sprinklers and the fire protection design in Revit. So anytime if you will have any questions, please write them into the questions tab just on the right part of your monitor, I hope so, where you have go to webinar or go to meeting dialogue. So I will answer them in the end of the webinar. So here I have opened really simple Revit project, just a template that we have everybody that have then you install your Revit. So I just want to say to you the smart sprinklers could work with any elements that you have in your library. So at the very beginning I just want to create some different premises here in Revit that I will work with. So I will try to make different shapes of them. So I will have something like this, maybe this kind of the premise, and I will try to distribute my sprinkler heads into these how to say, into these premises with a smart sprinkler solution. For example, this one. So here you can see different shapes of the buildings, of the spaces or premises. So after I have I get the architectural model from how to say, from the architect, I should distribute my spaces, or the other MEP engineer should distribute that. So I will turn them on to be visible firstly, to work with them a little bit. So then I have something inside of these premises, like I have a spaces. I have the possibility to distribute my sprinkler heads using Smart Sprinkler solution that is placed on the Tools for BIM dock. So I have the Smart Sprinkler solution that is divided into 3 parts. Virtual grid for distribution of elements, configurations to make your own configurations, and insertion modifying tab where you will be able to insert pipes and so on and so on. So at the very beginning I want to show how easily you can distribute elements into your model. So I'm clicking insert position symbol as virtual group, I'm clicking on a space, as well I'm clicking on one of these walls to identify the x-axis of distribution. So I will pick, here we have 2 different generic symbols that stands for pendant position mark and upright position mark. So this is only the placement like marks where the sprinkler should be placed. So I will take this one, pendant position mark, and as you can see, I get Y and X axes here. So after I have this one, I get really simple dialog where I can distribute my sprinkler heads with a elevation, with a distance in between elements. It automatically could recalculate the distance in between elements on X and Y directions, as well the number of elements on Y and X directions. As well, we have offsetting functionality and the minimum distance from wall functionality. After you will set everything here, you will click apply and you will see that your sprinkler heads, just at this time it's only the position symbols, are distributed into the model really fastly. So I could do that with different shapes of spaces. So I will try to do the same with this space. I'm using the same pendant, I'm using calculation, and as you can see, I distributed my elements here. If I will take this one, let's try to insert the position symbols, but now I can, for example, take the other wall as the x-axis, and as you can see, it a little bit rotates my inner model, like my sprinklers, as you can see. As well, if I have something with an inclined element, so I can click as well on a space and try to place the position symbols right here, calculate the distance if it's needed, change the distance of elements to 1 and 5 meter. I distribute it. If I will change that back to 2 meters, I will recalculate. As you can see, the number of elements on X and Y directions changed, so I can apply that to my model. If I will go to this, a little bit strange shape, but it is usually we have something like this. Again, I am able to use the same distribution feature to distribute my elements, to calculate that, apply that, and I have something like this. So this is really nice that you can distribute your elements in a way you need. As well, if you will use Revit functionality, for example, if I want to have this sprinkler head right here, I can use dimensioning, equaling, and I will have something like this. If I want to be these sprinklers a little bit slower, I can do that by Revit simple functionality. And again, I can do the same as I showed the first line of sprinklers, equaling here, and as well I want to align this sprinkler head to this and make it to be equal to these elements as well. So I will delete that just with a light hand. So I have distributed my sprinkler heads into the model. So it's not the sprinkler heads basically. It is the generic models, just the position marks. So after I distributed these elements, I can go and take one of these and ask insert sprinkler to position symbol. So I have simple Revit families that are placed in my case here. So I will take pendant, sprinkler, and as you can see, I distributed everything into my project. If it's needed, I can insert the position symbols not only like a pendant or not only like an upright, but I can do that for them both. I can calculate, I can do the offsetting, for example. Okay, like this, I can change the elevation of it, and I am able now to click OK and to place position symbol for not the position but the real sprinkler for the pendant sprinklers. So as you can see, I distributed the elements like this. So let me change the transparency of the walls. so I could see everything. So as you can see, I have distributed my pendant and upright sprinklers. So if I will take it like this, let's check how that looks like. So I have sprinkler above and sprinkler like this. So this is a really nice distribution of my sprinklers. So if I go back to my project and I want to connect all these elements into my one system. So I am using the simple Revit functionalities to make a piping in between them. So I'm creating the new system that is wet, for example wet 1, and I'm connecting all these sprinkler heads into one system that is named that one, and I will be able to calculate the volume of my system and so on and so on. So imagine that somewhere here I have the distribution pipe. So the distribution pipe that will feed all my sprinkler heads just like this, or if I will have somewhere it here just passing by one of these premises. So I want to connect all my sprinkler heads with this pipe and just use the range pipes and the sprinkler pipes to be connected to this distribution pipe. So let's try to create new pipe types. Like I have standard, so I will duplicate it and duplicate it one more time. I will rename, for example, this will be a sprinkler pipe. Let's make this one to be range pipe, and this one to be, for example, distribution pipe. So I have 3 different pipe types, and I will try to make this pipe type as a distribution. So this is the main, and all my branches should be range pipe. Only the little pipes going from the sprinkler to the range will be named as a sprinkler pipe. So after I have different pipe types, I can go to the Smart Sprinkler solution and make some new configurations for it. So I'm going to the sprinkler pipe routing configuration. So here I have different possibilities to make different configurations. Firstly, I can choose how my sprinkler should be connected. So this is the most popular sprinkler head connection like possibilities. So I will take the simplest one right now, and we'll use something like this one maybe for the pendant. So I have 2 different possibilities for upright and for the pendant sprinklers. So after, if I will go to the common data, I will see that I have some kind of standards that stands for pipe, for the pipe diameter calculation. So I will speak about it a little bit later. So as well, I have to choose the sprinkler head adapters from my project. I have to choose the pipe type. So the sprinkler pipe type will be sprinkler pipe type. The range pipe type will be range pipe type, and distribution will be distribution pipe type. As well, we have different features here inside for splitting the elements when we have the diameter change, and so on and so on. And we have really nice mainline features. So firstly, I will show everything as a separate range pipes, and let's say that all the routing configurations are set. So let's make this pipe to be at 3 meters, and please remember that all the routing preferences comes from here. Like you will get all the pipe segments, elbows, T's, crosses, transition, unions and caps from here, and only the shape the shape of your connections you will get from here. So it automatically will create something like this. So after you set all your configurations, you can click on Insert Modify Sprinklers tab and connect sprinklers to distribution pipe. So I will take the sprinkler and the pipe in a space. And you can see that all the fittings, all the elements are inserted into the model instantly. So let's check that from the 3D view. So I have two different pipes, one pipe that is going for upright sprinklers and one pipe that is going down to the pendant sprinklers. I have a little pipe over there that is the lengthened pipe, as well I have a cap, and so on and so on. If it's needed, I can insert the fittings over there using Smart Sprinkler solution. Let's try to do the other functionality. So I will go back to the configurations and I will change the main pipe. So that means I had the separate range pipes for upright or for pendant sprinklers. But right now I want to connect them both into the place of upright range pipe. Okay, and I'm going to insert and connect sprinklers to the pipe. So as you can see, it is distributing the elements through all your space, and it is creating all needed elements. It is placing all needed elements into the model really fastly. So this is really nice, and you can see that we have everything. We have sprinklers distributed, we have the sprinkler pipe here as well. We have a sprinkler pipe here. Here we have the range pipe that is connected to the distribution pipe. And as you can see, the pipe diameters are pre-calculated. So if I have several sprinklers connected, I have 25th diameter. If I have here two more sprinklers connected, I have 32nd diameter. If I will connect two more sprinklers, I have diameter of 40 millimeters. So this is really nice that this solution could calculate the diameters of elements. So how it is doing this? So it is taking the information from the standards, from the standard that you pick over there. Like we have ISO standard, we have Australian standard, and we have as well NFPA standard, that stands for America. And we can choose the standard for range pipe diameters and distribution pipe diameters. How does it look like? I will open it really fastly. Okay, Smart Sprinklers, and we have here. So as you can see, this is only the text file, like something like the lookup table, not the something like, but it's kind of the same what is lookup table. And if you could see here, you will find that if I will connect 3 elements, I will get this the pipe. I will get the pipe diameter of 25 millimeters. If I will connect the 4th element, I will get 32. If I have 6, I will get 40. If I have 9, I will have 50. So basically that looks like this. I have several elements connected. Our solution is calculating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have the pipeline over there, and I have connections like this, for example. So if I have 3 sprinklers from here, 1, 2, 3, I will feed them with a 25th diameter, and I will have here something like diameter change. And here I will have a bigger one, the 32nd, and here I will get the changement again, and I will feed that the 40. So this is the idea how our smart sprinklers are choosing the diameter for your pipes. So this is really nice solution, and if it's needed, you will be able to change all these values. If it's needed, you can adapt that to your company's needs or adapt this to your country standards. So this is really nice. So this is how we have calculated the diameters. After the distribution and pre-calculating the diameters, I can ask my solution. As you can see, I do not have fittings over there. I can ask my solution to insert fittings into this pipe. It will split my and it will insert the elements like the T's or crosses into the places where we have clashes over there. As well, if it's needed, we can just simply copy all the stuff and connect sprinklers to the range pipes, just like this. I will copy this one somewhere here. I can connect the sprinklers to selected pipe, like to any pipe. Let's check what's going on. Okay, I have the sprinkler over there. Let's move it here, and I will try to connect it to this pipe. So as you can see, I have connected my sprinklers, and after this, if it's needed, we can do pre-calculation of range pipes and the distribution pipes. So let's do that for this pipe. And again, as you can see, we have one diameter over there. It's like 50, and we have on this way we have 65th diameter. So it pre-calculated the diameter of our feeding pipe, like the distribution pipe, in accordance to the number of connected sprinklers into this model. So if I will use show hierarchy list, if I will use this one, I will get the information how my sprinklers are connected. Like I will get all the elements going from first element to the second, third, and so on and so on. So I have all the parts from my system just listed in such a tree. So sometimes it is really nice that you can find your element not going to through the model, but you can go through the tree that is placed here. As well, we have the functionality to work not only the regular families, but we have the functionality to work with some new kind of families. So just 1 hour ago, I tried to find some families on the network. So I found Autodesk Revit MEP Victaulic families. So here you can find all the families. I just downloaded them from Victaulic web page, CAD files and software. So they have sprinklers, and they have the pipes like pressed Victaulic pipes. So I will try to use those elements in my project. So I have I have extracted that here. So I found the pendant, for example, pendant sprinkler from Victaulic. I will drag and drop it to my project, and I will try to use that with not native Revit families, but the families that comes from the manufacturer. So I'm going to insert position symbol. I am finding that Victaulic pendant element. I'm inserting that, and as you can see, I have distributed my elements through the model. Yeah, let's check that from the 3D view. I have distributed them. Anytime I can click on this, select all instances and delete them. So I will work only with the regular Revit families, not the position symbols. So I'm going back to my project, and I will try to create a new pipe. Like, we'll try to use the Catalytic Revit pressurized elements. So let's try to transfer those elements into the project. So it will take some time to transfer that, you know, because they give us only the version of 2014, and I'm working on the Revit 2016. As well, I want to mention that the tools for BIM doc, this ribbon, it is used only from 2015 version. So if you have an older version of Revit, you still will be able to use the Smart Sprinkler solution from the ribbons over there on the top of Revit. So it looks like this. Anytime I can pass it back to the tools for BIM doc if it's needed. So this is really nice. So I just transferred the pipe elements. So I will try to duplicate this, and I will rename it as Catalytic pipe. Okay, so I will go to the routing preferences, and I will choose some of those families that Catalytic are giving to us. Okay, let's try welded, Catalytic, okay, flange, and welded, for example. So I took all these families in my routing preferences, so I'm clicking OK. I'm clicking again here. I'm drawing the pipe, but I'm trying to use the Catalytic one, and I will place the how to say, the distribution pipe over there at 3 meters height, for example. And after this I will go to the configurations, and I will change the sprinkler pipe type to the Catalytic, as well the range pipe type to the Catalytic, and distribution pipe type to the Catalytic, for example. So I'm clicking OK. So all the configurations are set. So as you can see here, I have Catalytic. I can save that as Catalytic config, and anytime I will be able to find that configurations on my computer. As well, I will be able to send these configurations to my colleague if it's needed. So okay, the configurations are done, and I can go to connect sprinklers to the distribution pipe. I distributed my pipes. I am now inserting the fittings, like the elbows, like T's, and so on and so on, unions. So basically that could take to distribute such elements and to make this distribution, that could take for me something about an hour, and now that takes for me only a minute or two. After this, I'm inserting the fittings over there into the pipe. Okay. Let's check how does it look like from the 3D view. Okay, I do not have these how to say, lookup tables for my elements, but still you can see that I have all the Catalytic elements, really detailized families that comes from the manufacturer, the real manufacturer that are creating the families, and I can work with those families and the Smart Sprinkler solution. So I'm able to pre-calculate distribution pipe. Let's try what will happen. Okay, so I have, yeah, now that looks better. So it inserted the elements. So these families are really great because we have the connectors inside of it, so our pipe lengths are real, and this is really nice case that you can work with the smart sprinklers and any families that you have. So this is a really nice feature. As well, Maria said some words about the cut opening. So a special feature of cut opening for fire protection system design, basically. So cut opening could insert the fire dampers into the places where we will say that they are needed. So for example, if I will go back to here, I will use again walls. Let's try to do something like this. I will try to draw the duct, for example, like this, this. Okay, so I will change some types of my elements. Generic, this one to be exterior, for example, and so on. So I have different walls here, and I have a duct. So I can go to the Calibrate tab. I'm going to run the interference check between walls and ducts. So I'm exporting all the stuff here for fire dampers. I'm saving that, and I'm going to find the cut opening new. So here you can find the possibility to insert update fire dampers. So firstly, I can make a holes for fire dampers. So that will take just 1 minute or not more. Okay, and I will try to insert. Okay, firstly I will map host elements. So I will say, I will try to say to what walls I want to place the fire dampers. For example, I will want to place it here and here and here. So I set some configurations. Okay, I'm saving the XML file. XML for fire dampers. No, I don't want to work further. I'm going to insert MEP openings. I'm browsing the same file. I'm clicking next, and I'm inserting the openings firstly. So I have 10 elements to be inserted. Let's check how does it look like. So I will try to make it the color coordination view to be more easier to see them. So I have the openings over there, and right now I will try to insert fire dampers into my model according to the same file. So I have no mapping. Okay, no mapping. So let's do this one. Okay, so I'm inserting the elements into the model. So it distributed not only the openings, but as you can see, it distributed the fire dampers just few clicks, just by few clicks. And here, because I do not map exterior brick on MTL stud, so the map was did only for dues, and this one was left, so we do not have element placed over there. So this is what AJCAD could suggest to you, the fire protection system design in Revit. So this is sprinklers and distribution, routing and calculation of the diameter. As well, we can suggest you the insertion of fire dampers into the walls, where the not only to the walls but to the ceiling, roof, floor, beam, or where you need, where it clashes with the ducts. So that is all what AJCAD could suggest you that the fire protection design. So as you saw on the right, on the right place of my monitor, I have the tools for BIM docs. So we usually say that this is one shortcut to all tools, updates, tips and tricks